Dr. Randy here with my co-host, Olivia Sacci from the University of Arizona Veterinary School.
It's nice to see you guys again. Excited to be here.
Nice to be here.
Nice
We have a question from...
It is going to be from Alyssa in Nevada, and I'll actually read it off for you if you don't mind.
Please.
Okay, so this one is for you, Dr. Randy. Wanted to know what you recommend to clean off our dog's paws after we walk. We're in Florida. I don't know why I said Nevada, and everyone uses toxic chemicals on their grass.
I think she lives in both places.
Both places. She could be a student.
She could be?
She could be.
Yeah.
Our holistic vet recommended a mix of ACV or white vinegar and water, so apple cider vinegar.
Yep.
Is that enough to get glyphosate and tower chemicals off, or what would you recommend and how would you apply it?
Well, this is a really, really good question because we talked about in another video that we did about glyphosate or Roundup. And we are seeing such higher levels in our animals, especially I think I mentioned that some of the veterinary schools are doing biopsies on their dogs and cats that have passed away, finding 30 times the amount of glyphosate or Roundup in their liver. How's it getting there? Well, the easiest way is our dog or cat goes out, walks in the grass or around the neighborhood, and then comes in and licks its paws. And it's right there. It's not going to get absorbed through the paw. It's going to get absorbed through the salivary and the mucosa in the mouth.
Exactly.
So that's a real concern. So the question is, like, what do we do about that? Well, I'm a huge proponent, like here in Tucson, we worry a lot about contact allergy with the desert. We have a lot of fungus that lives here. We have things that can be really irritating. So I'm a huge fan of keeping by the front door for our dogs or cats a mixture of Bragg's apple cider vinegar, which is cold pressed apple cider vinegar, 50-50, and water. And I have it in a little container. And I tell my clients, please, when they come in, take just a white gauze pad or cotton and wipe off the bottom of their feet. Because now we will eliminate almost all of the contact allergens. And I hope it will get the glyphosate. I'm not sure. I've not done the research on how much it eliminates, but it's certainly better than nothing.
And you said, maybe I'm reading too much into this, but you said cold pressed. Is that very specific to get things off of the paws?
Well, it's actually just a little bit better apple cider vinegar.
Oh, I see.
So again, 50-50 apple cider vinegar and water mixed up in a container. It's also a really good cleansing agent for the ears. I have people use that to drip it in the ears and clean them as a maintenance kind of product.
So it's not, you can use that for our allergens, you said, also our glycophosphates. And then can you touch on why is that so damaging to have that in our pet systems?
The glyphosate?
Glyphosate, excuse me.
Well, no, because it's, it's a pesticide and it can cause a lot of liver damage. It can cause a lot of kidney damage. We're not even sure what all it will do. In fact, the research is still out there looking at it.
Liver and kidney is enough.
It's enough. It's enough.
Yeah,
so we just don't want it in our pets' environment or in their body if we can help it.
Right. And so that's why cleaning is very important. I think you're saying it's also in some foods, correct?
Well, we're worried that some of this glyphosate is sneaking into some of the kibbled pet foods. Because they're all picked, whether they use corn or wheat or soy, rice or white potato, all of which I don't like using.
I do know that.
But it could be in there. We also talked earlier in another video about CBD. We're worried that some of the hemp products have glyphosate in them because hemp is a strong magnet to draw things out of the environment.
That's interesting. So this is, coming into this, I didn't know that glyphosate was such an issue as someone in veterinary school. It's not really something that we've discussed yet, but that's good to know that it's out there in multiple forms. And so where we can avoid it, we should. So if we can wipe the paws off and get as much as possible off, that's really helpful. Yeah, and I'm not totally sure on this, but I think VDI Lab, which I use for a lot of my allergy testing, also they do a fur analysis for heavy metals. I think they will test for glyphosate in your pet. So I'm not exactly sure about that. If it isn't, it's coming. So they do a great job, something to look at, VDILabs.com. Which would be a less invasive method than like a biopsy or something. Absolutely. Okay, perfect. Well, we will keep our eyes out for that and tell you guys if we and when we find it. Absolutely. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. We hope you learned something today. Come back next week for more videos. You can find us on YouTube at Dr. Randy Pet Vet or Instagram at Dr. Randy Pet Vet. I like the consistency from you. Yeah, that's helpful. Exactly. And then I have my own Instagram at Dr. Sacci if you're curious about my vet school journey. And so thank you so much for joining us. Also, if you guys have any additional comments, questions, concerns, please feel free to comment under any of the videos. You can send us a DM. You can go to Dr. Randy's actual website. It's Dr. Randy Pet Vet, right?
Yep.
Noticing a theme here.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. And
we want to keep it easy for my pet parents.
Exactly. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And so feel free to leave a comment in any of those platforms, and we will try to get back to you.
And remember, if you like this, pass it on to your friends who have pets, because the more we can educate, the better the lifespan, wellness, and health span will be for our dogs and cats in our world. Thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you.